Power, luxury, speed. When you hear the name Lamborghini, you think of perfection, roaring engines, elegant design, and raw power. But behind that symbol of wealth and prestige lies a story you wouldn't expect. A story of a humble Italian farm boy who started by fixing tractors, not supercars. This is the untold story of Ferruccio Lamborghini, the man who dared to challenge Enzo Ferrari, the man who transformed a simple mechanic's dream into a legendary automotive empire. His story is not about money, it's about pride, ambition, and a lifelong pursuit of excellence. Ferruccio Lamborghini was born on April 28, 1916 in Cento, a small farming village in Italy. His parents, Antonio and Evelina Lamborghini, were grape farmers. Their life was simple, filled with hard work under the sun. Ferruccio grew up surrounded by tractors, plows, and farmland. But unlike his parents, he wasn't fascinated by the crops. He was fascinated by the machines that worked the land. Even as a boy, he would take apart engines and try to rebuild them. He wasn't content with just seeing things work. He wanted to make them work better. While his friends dreamed of owning farms, Ferruccio dreamed of building machines that could conquer the land. That curiosity would later define his life. He enrolled in a technical school in Bologna, where his love for mechanics grew stronger. He had talent, a natural sense for engines and machinery. But soon the world would change. When World War II broke out, Ferruccio was drafted into the Italian Royal Air Force as a mechanic. He worked on military vehicles, airplanes, and engines, fixing what others thought was impossible. He became known for his ability to repair under pressure, using limited tools and spare parts. In the chaos of war, his skills became legendary among soldiers. He learned how engines behaved under stress and how to make them stronger. But war also brought tragedy. After Italy's defeat, he was captured by the British and held as a prisoner of war. Instead of wasting time in despair, Ferruccio continued repairing vehicles for the Allied forces. Even as a prisoner, his talent could not be ignored. When he returned to Italy after the war, his homeland was in ruins. Factories were destroyed, jobs were scarce. But Ferruccio saw an opportunity where others saw disaster. Italy was a nation of farmers struggling to rebuild. They needed machines to help restore productivity, tractors. With limited resources but unlimited determination, Ferruccio began converting old military vehicles into agricultural tractors. Using leftover engines and parts, he built his first working model in 1948. People laughed at first, a farmer building tractors from scrap metal. But when they saw his machines in action, strong, durable, and affordable, their laughter turned into admiration. Word spread quickly, and soon demand exploded. He founded Lamborghini Trattori, Lamborghini Tractors, and his company became one of the largest tractor manufacturers in Italy. By the 1950s, Ferruccio Lamborghini was a wealthy industrialist. He had gone from repairing farm tools to running factories filled with workers. But even though he had everything a man could dream of, money, business, success, and luxury, he still wanted more. He had a new obsession: fast cars. Ferruccio loved automobiles. His growing wealth allowed him to buy the finest cars money could buy: Maseratis, Jaguars, and Ferraris. But while most people would be content just to drive them, Ferruccio wasn't. He noticed small mechanical flaws, vibrations, and design issues. And being a mechanic at heart, he couldn't resist improving them. He especially loved Ferrari, the pride of Italy. Enzo Ferrari was the king of sports cars, confident, powerful, and proud. Ferruccio owned several Ferraris, but he also had a lot of complaints. He felt they were beautiful but unreliable. The clutches broke easily, and the engines were too noisy for comfort. So Ferruccio decided to do something bold. He went directly to Enzo Ferrari himself. One day in the early 1960s, Ferruccio Lamborghini drove his Ferrari to Enzo's factory in Maranello. He asked to speak to the man himself. When he met Enzo, he offered polite but honest criticism. "Your cars are magnificent," Ferruccio said, "but they could be better. I think I can help you improve the clutch system." Enzo Ferrari, known for his arrogance, didn't take it well. He smirked and replied, "You may be able to drive a tractor, Lamborghini, but you will never be able to handle a Ferrari." That single insult changed automotive history. Ferruccio left furious, humiliated but determined. He turned to his engineers and said, "I'll build a car that's better than his, a perfect car." That day, Lamborghini Automobili was born. Ferruccio poured his fortune, passion, and mechanical genius into building a new kind of sports car, one that combined power and elegance, speed and comfort. He built a state-of-the-art factory in Cento Bolognese, not far from Ferrari's headquarters, a bold statement of rivalry. In 1963, he unveiled his first masterpiece, the Lamborghini 350 GT. It was stunning, smooth, balanced, and beautifully designed. Everything Ferrari wasn't. Critics were impressed and customers were shocked. A tractor maker had just built one of the best sports cars in Italy, but that was just the beginning. In 1960, Lamborghini released the Miura, the world's first mid-engine supercar. It wasn't just fast, it was revolutionary. The Miura's design changed the future of sports cars forever and instantly made Lamborghini a household name. From then on, Lamborghini wasn't just competing with Ferrari, it was outshining it. Through the late 1960s, Lamborghini's cars became symbols of style and status. The 350 GT, the 400 GT, the Miura, and later the Espada, all represented a new vision of automotive excellence. Ferruccio's attention to detail was unmatched. He wanted cars that not only roared like beasts, but moved like art. He often said, "I wanted to build a perfect car, a car that would not break down, a car that even I could be proud to drive." Unlike Ferrari, Lamborghini focused on comfort and luxury without sacrificing performance. Where Ferrari's cars were raw and aggressive, Lamborghini's were smooth and refined, a gentleman's supercar. His customers included celebrities, businessmen, and even royalty. The Miura became the favorite of rock stars and movie icons across Europe. Ferruccio had done it. The farm boy who once repaired tractors was now challenging Ferrari head-to-head in the world of high performance and luxury. But success would come with its own price. The 1970s brought economic turbulence. The oil crisis hit luxury car manufacturers hard. Fuel prices soared, and suddenly, supercars became less appealing. Sales dropped, and Lamborghini's finances started to strain. Ferruccio, always a practical businessman, decided to sell a majority of his shares to keep the company alive. In 1974, he stepped away from the company he had built from scratch. It was a painful decision, but he had no regrets. He retired to his vineyard in Umbria, returning to his roots as a farmer. There, surrounded by the peace of the countryside, he once again worked with machines, tractors, wine presses, and tools. Even in retirement, he remained an engineer at heart. Ferruccio Lamborghini passed away in 1993 at the age of 76, but his name and his dream lived on. Today, Lamborghini is one of the most respected luxury car brands in the world, a symbol of speed, style, and power. Every time a Lamborghini Aventador or Huracan roars down the street, it echoes the spirit of that humble farm boy who refused to be looked down upon. Ferruccio's story teaches us that greatness doesn't come from privilege. It comes from passion, pride, and persistence. He turned rejection into motivation and insult into inspiration. He didn't invent the car, he reinvented what it could mean. He proved that even a man from a simple farm with grease on his hands and dirt on his boots could rise to stand shoulder to shoulder with legends. His life reminds us all that true success is not about where you start, it's about how fiercely you dream. Ferruccio Lamborghini dreamed of building perfection, and he did. So the next time you hear the roar of a Lamborghini engine, remember that sound is more than power. It's pride, it's passion, it's the voice of a farm boy who refused to be underestimated. This is the story of Ferruccio Lamborghini, the humble boy who turned tractors into supercars and his name into a legend.